You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
A Super Smiley Adventure is brought to you by State Farm.
I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley. I am a cat, too sweet, the travel kitty. I'm a good girlfriend, and he's really pretty. I have a pony, and we share a big horse. We have a big yard. Yeah, we have to, of course. I have a pool. In the summer, I stay cool. To a fountain, live in the mountain, live high on the hump. Need to be a spokes dog. I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley.
Woof and Super Smiles. Welcome to A Super Smiley Adventure on Pet Life Radio, the largest pet radio network in the world. I'm Megan Blake, the pet lifestyle coach, here with my handsome co-host, two-time shelter dog, Super Smiley, who's the ambassador of kindness for State Farm, our amazing national sponsor. Thank you, State Farm, for all you do for dogs and their people. As the pet lifestyle coach, I travel the country with Smiley, helping people adopt the right pet for their lifestyle, and then I help train them so they keep that pet forever. And here on A Super Smiley Adventure, we explore adventures where animals lead. These could be adventures for fun, or missions of animal advocacy, or inner journeys of self-discovery where our pets become our healers and teachers. And Super Smiley's been taking me on amazing adventures lately. We just completed a Super Smiley Flash Mob Tour for Kindness that included a mega flash mob for kindness at the University of Georgia. Go Dogs! And we just released our music video of the full-length song, Kindness, It's Super Smiley. Our show here on Pet Life Radio inspired our amazing super producer, Mark Winter, to write a song about our messaging, which includes sharing kindness around the world and animals as healers and teachers. And the lyrics were co-written by me, Super Smiley, and Mark Winter. And we're really excited to announce, drum roll, that this song just received 2 nominations from the Dog Writers of America Awards and is up for a Peabody Award. So a big shout out to the Dog Writers of America Awards. And thank you. Thank you also to our wonderful sponsors, State Farm, who do so much amazing work for dogs and who support us in such a big way in our work for pet stewardship, safety, and kindness. And in sponsoring kindness, it's Super Smiley. And we are so excited that we also just aired our 100th episode from the green carpet at the World Dog Awards. This was a television special for the CW network, like the Academy Awards for dogs. And you can hear the stars out for the dogs on that 100th episode, including so many amazing guests. We had the Grammy-winning Pentatonix gorgeous Kirsten Maltanato, and Toto, the dog from The Wiz, visited with us, with Shanice Williams, who plays Dorothy in The Wiz, and Max the War Dog from the film Max is on our show, and just lots more, all on our Super Smiley Adventure show page here on Pet Life Radio. And to our so fabulous guest today, Super Smiley led me on another great adventure to act with him in a Hallmark film, The Ultimate Legacy, which is premiering January 31st. And we're so thrilled that right now we have with us one of the amazing stars of that film, The Ultimate Legacy. He was one of the stars of the award-winning TV series Glee, also from the hit series Castle. He's on that so cute Hyundai commercial where he's singing that we better get jolly. And he's one of the stars of the upcoming Hallmark film, The Ultimate Legacy. So we want to welcome to A Super Smiley Adventure, Myko Olivier. Welcome, Myko.
Hello, Megan and Smiley and Pet Life Radio.
We're so happy to have you with us, Myko. And you have such positive energy about you. You're so fun and super smiley, and I just loved working with you on The Ultimate Legacy that's premiering very soon, January 31st. But first, I love the TV series Glee for television. It is in a class all its own. So I just have to ask you, what was it like working on Glee?
Glee was a lot of fun. I mean, I was a warbler. It was a lot of work. So we had a lot of dancing and singing, and we'd have rehearsal. I mean, like I've done TV where you don't do a lot of rehearsal. You just you show up on the day. You're expected to know your lines and do your job. But this one, they need to make sure that you know the dance moves, because I can move, but I would not classify myself as a dancer. So I would be with a lot of people who are a lot younger than me, the rest of the warblers, and they can move. I mean, they're trained to move. And I would have to keep up with them. And so I appreciate the editors doing a very good job of making me look like I'm as good a dancer as they are. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, you are amazing on that show. And I really love that show. I'm such a fan. Jane Lynch has been on A Super Smiley Adventure, and we just adore her. And I also met Glee's creator, Ian Brennan. I was a presenter at the Catholics in Media Awards, and Glee won. And I really appreciate that through film and television, through the media, we can share wonderful, uplifting messages. The messages can even be sort of disguised in this fabulously fun, stories with bigger than life characters like on Glee. But as an actor, what do you think about that film and television can actually uplift and affect people's lives, really affect them? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's kind of its job. I mean, like, it's obviously it's there for entertainment, but you can always use it to do more. I mean, there's such powerful influence by sharing those stories and helping guide kind of like certain public opinion. I mean, it's not to say that we're changing everything. It's just to say that we have some influence, because people will watch. I mean, people watch those shows, and it affects how they live their own life. I mean, they identify with the characters they see on screen, and they can see different perspectives about how people live their lives. So I think it can be very powerful, and it's important.
Absolutely. And like the character, Jane Lynch's character was such a bully, such a Grinch. She did an episode about the Grinch. And then Jane Lynch actually did a PSA about anti-bullying. Remember that? Isn't that so awesome that just what you just said? Yeah, very cool.
I mean, you got to handle all kinds of issues, because depending on who your audience is, you have to deal with the issues that those audiences might encounter. I mean, like, they deal with homosexuality and bullying, and it's helping to accommodate people and address the issues that people have to deal with, like, making sure that they feel like they fit in this world, and they should absolutely feel that way.
Absolutely. And messaging is so important with our upcoming film, Hallmark's The Ultimate Legacy. And this film stars legends Raquel Welch and Brian Dennehy. And Super Smiley and I are so proud to be in it. And you star as the central character. So now tell us about The Ultimate Legacy and what that meant to you.
Well, The Ultimate Legacy actually, it follows Logan's character more. And at least in the first two films, it's more about his journey.
You mentioned Logan's character, and you mentioned the first two films. So this is based on a trilogy, right? This is a book trilogy that the film is based on. So go on. I just wanted to make sure our audience understood that part. That kind of sets it up, right?
Exactly. Yeah, this is the third of a trilogy. And in this film, Raquel plays my grandmother, and she's very ill. So she's making arrangements for after she passes. And that includes bringing me back into the life that she wants for me. And in doing that, I have to accomplish a certain number of steps. And Logan's character helps me get through those steps. In doing so, I work with Brian Dennehy and Bill Cobbs and Doug Jones, Lee Merriweather, and they all kind of guide me in learning valuable lessons and making, guiding me the right way, living a full and helpful life.
Wow. Yeah. And that back to Glee again, it's so many wonderful little circumstances that we all can relate to. We all can take little pieces from, and that cast you just mentioned is absolutely amazing. And the film premiere is coming up soon, right? When is that going to happen?
This Sunday, January 31st, and it's at, I believe it's 9 o'clock. I want to say Eastern time, or it could be 9 both times. I'm just thinking about Easter. But,
right. No. People, it is definitely January 31st. And I just always tell everyone to check your local listings. That way you can see if it's central or what time zone, what's happened with everything. So that's very cool. And I think it's going to rerun again February 3rd too. And often with Hallmark Channel, they run these films, these wonderful films repeatedly. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed about that happens.
It is a movie of the week, I believe. And so they've been advertising a lot. My family's been talking about it. I'm very excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet. They have had a private screening for the Kentucky Vet Hospital that works in association with us on the movie, and I've gotten a lot of good notes about it. It sounds like it's going to be very, very good. I mean, it was great working on it. There's always a certain amount of nervousness that comes with more acting. I mean, as an actor, you get some self-consciousness. So everyone has told me positive things, and I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited for my family to see it, and obviously they're very excited to see it as well. So I hope that your fans and everyone else is excited to see it as much as my family is.
They are. They definitely are. And I want to hear more about your connection to dogs in your life also, and what it's like to work with a dog on set. Super Smiley was there too. So we'll do that right after the break. Smiley, can you wait? Good boy.
Sit, stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Remember when you swore you'd never get married, never have 4 bedrooms and a minivan, and never have...
Twins? We're having twins?
And then never happens and becomes the things you never want to be without. For all the nevers you now want to last forever, State Farm is there to help protect them with everything from life insurance to college savings and more. And that's the difference between just having insurance and having a State Farm agent. To find a State Farm agent near you, call 1-800-STATE-FARM or visit statefarm.com.
At Red Barn, our pet food ingredients work overtime. They aren't just there for show. Dandelion greens work to maintain a healthy digestive system. Salmon oil works to enhance the immune system. Green-lipped mussels work to support joint health. These hard-working ingredients support your dog's active, healthy life. Look at the label. We want you to. Red Barn Naturals Pet Food. Simply the best. Find it in your local pet specialty store. Try our grain-free stews, the only pet food with Red Barn bully sticks.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back on A Super Smiley Adventure with Myko Olivier from Glee and Castle. And now he's one of the stars of Hallmark movie and mystery channels, The Ultimate Legacy. Welcome back, Myko.
Woo! Hey, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk more about The Ultimate Legacy premiering on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel. I want to mention how this happened. It was beautifully directed by Joanne Hawk, who also worked on the film Max, about the Max the War Dog, which was amazing. And I love the heart of this film, The Ultimate Legacy. Can you talk a little bit more about the people that made this happen, the heart of the movie, like the writer, Rick Eldridge, and the amazing cast? Can you talk about the family of the film?
Well, the producer, Rick, and Joanne, the director, were very, very accommodating. They seemed to very much trust in my ability to carry what they wanted with this film. And that meant a lot to me. I mean, that means that's trusting me as an actor to tell the story that they want to tell. And they were wonderful to work with, very supportive. Joanne particularly knew exactly how to talk to me as an actor. And that helps a lot, because a lot of people just expect you to do your job and will kind of just back off. But she was very involved in helping me facilitate my character, or help develop my character. And I very much appreciated her involvement and her trust. So
yeah, I agree with you.
It was great.
Yeah. I, too, love working with Rick and Joanne, and I want to say that Rick produced the other 2 films as well, The Ultimate Life and The Ultimate Gift. So this is very, very close to his heart. And I'm so grateful to Joanne, first of all, for me being cast, but also when I came in, I'll tell a quick story. I was driving from Atlanta to Greensboro, North Carolina, and we were talking with Rick on the phone, and he mentioned this film, and I said, well, I'd love to come in and meet the director or audition if there's a place. I didn't even know, but it was a big ensemble cast. So he said, yes, we'll see if she's available. So she invited me in, but it was really, really hot. It was right before summer. And I said, well, I have a dog with me, my dog, and I would have to bring him in or I just can't audition. That's just sort of the way it is. And they were like, oh, we're so dog friendly. Come on in. And what happened was there's a dog in the book. And originally there's a dog in the script, but they took him out of the script, the dog out, because then you have to hire a trainer and the dogs slow down shooting sometimes. And it's just a whole other element that they didn't think they had time for, the resources for. But they saw Super Smiley and how engaging he was and how well-trained he was in our relationship, and they invited Smiley onto the cast as well. So thank you, Joanne and Rick, for that. We were so excited about that. And Myko, you worked with Smiley. Can you give our listeners a behind-the-scenes peek of working with a dog or working with Super Smiley on set? What was that like? Because my listeners, they don't know. Tell us.
Oh, I'm definitely a dog person, so I was immediately excited about working with a dog. I'm sitting here actually with my Labradoodle, Beja Bear. I'm just sleeping. I don't think she's aware that she's on the radio with me, but she's here. And she's adorable, and as is Smiley. And I was very excited to work with him. I remember, I think his name in the script originally was Rusty or something like that, and I just got so used to calling Smiley Smiley that I think we morphed the character's name into Smiley, because I remember we were shooting a scene. The first scene I had with Smiley was running up the stairs with him, and Smiley loves me. Right. My character, and he's supposed to follow me wherever I go. And so he was coming up the stairs, and then I'd call him a couple times, but there was no sound, so I started calling him Smiley and it wasn't a problem. But later, I just got so used to calling him Smiley that I think Smiley became his name.
Yes, Smiley is playing Smiley.
Yeah, so they may have edited around that so that they didn't use his actual name, but he was Smiley throughout the whole thing, and we got along very quickly. I have no problem getting down and getting to know the actor. You actually made it. It was very nice to. You set up like a play date when we first met on set.
Right.
And we met in the back of a beautiful mansion that they shot in Kentucky for the film, the house that I'm supposed to inherit. And we played on the grass in the back just so that he got used to me. And you were very good about making sure that the most attention that Smiley was getting was from me, because he's supposed to have some kind of special connection with me. And felt special.
Right. Oh, I'm so glad that you liked that and that you appreciated that, Myko. And let me, since that's sort of a dog training tip, let me talk about that just a little bit. Yes, Myko hit on that perfectly, that Smiley is Myko's dog, Myko's character's dog. So we had to have Smiley looking at Myko. Although I'm the on-set trainer, Smiley's eyes couldn't be on me as his trainer. They had to be on Myko as his person. So what we did was we loaded Myko up with lots of treats, and we had Myko reinforce Smiley with playing and laughing and rolling on the ground and treats. And then after that, it was just kind of like love at first sight, right? There was no problem.
Yeah. I mean, he was very comfortable hanging out around me. I mean, there was a couple scenes where I'm supposed to be on the computer on my bed, and Smiley's supposed to be lying with me, and it was no problem. I'd just go, pat on the bed, and then he would jump up and hang out with me. And it worked perfectly, because then it was like he was my dog. I mean, you were there on set, but he was perfectly fine just hanging out with me, and that worked out really well.
No, when they called action, he was your dog. That was it. The action. Okay, he's Myko's dog. There you go. So, Myko, is this the first animal you've ever worked with on set as an actor?
No, actually. I think the first animal I worked with on set, I can think of off the top of my head, might actually be Beija Bear.
Really? Tell us about that.
I got Beija Bear 2 years ago on New Year's Day, and I was going in for a commercial for Beneful, and they wanted people with actual dogs. So I brought with their own dogs, not actual dogs. I'm not going to walk in with fake dogs. But I mean, like they said, bring your pet. And so Beija was still So Beija was still a puppy, or she's getting a little bit older, but I would say she was maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit younger, maybe 5 months, and they thought she was adorable. She had just gotten a really funny haircut too, so I was calling her Bob Moss. Because she looked like the painter from the PBS show, because they shaved her body pretty thin, but she had a big poopy head. But in any event, they loved her personality, and Beneful booked me, my dog, and my wife in this commercial, and Beija was a trooper, because it was a long day for a little puppy, and she was amazing. She's got a great booking ratio.
Oh my gosh, that's a great story. Is that Beneful commercial? Sometimes they put them up on YouTube after they've run. Can we Google that and find it? Do you know? If not, that's okay. I was just going to say, I'd love to see it. Okay.
It's hard. I feel like it's hard to find now, because I'm pretty sure the way commercial contracts work is that they can only run it for a certain amount of time before they have to pay me out again.
Exactly.
It may still be up there. It might be on their website. I haven't checked. But you could definitely go check it out and see if you can find Beija Bear and Myko. I think Beija Bear might be the thing to search. Beija. Beija Beneful.
That's so cute. That's wonderful. And Myko, you mentioned the house where we shot in Kentucky. I want everyone to know this was not just a house. This was, oh my God, beautiful. Can you talk about this estate where we shot in the giant horse barn? Would you just describe this to our listeners?
It was a beautiful, enormous estate. They had a ton of grounds. They had a giant stable and a track for the horses to run around, and I think a track is the wrong word. It's a
pasture, a beautiful pasture. Yeah, and we're talking like the mansion Tara from Gone with the Wind. This was magnificent with vistas on all sides, and the barn that you mentioned, the stable, was so huge and elegant, I might add, that this is where we had lunch every day, like the whole crew, maybe 100 people, casting crew, or 70, whatever. They'd set up long tables in the barn, and it was very luxurious. So I want to give a big shout out to the state of Kentucky, the Kentucky Film Commission, Kentucky Tourism. We love Kentucky. It was so beautiful.
LaGrange.
LaGrange, exactly. Yeah, LaGrange, Kentucky. So my experience there was wonderful. You would agree, wouldn't you, Myko?
Yes, I mean, they seem to be very, very accommodating. It's a beautiful state. I mean, I had never been to Kentucky before this movie, and it was so much prettier than I actually imagined. For some reason, I didn't realize how green Kentucky was. It's very lush with trees and beautiful Red River Gorge canyons they have there too. It was wonderful shooting all over there.
Right. And there was an old song, The Bluegrass of Kentucky or something like that. And it's supposed to be because the grass is so green, it almost looks blue because it's so beautiful. And I want to mention our co-star, Allie Hillis, because Allie is also one of the stars from The Ultimate Legacy. And she was scheduled to join us today, but she got a call to do voiceovers for a television cartoon series. And even though she's not here, I want to give Allie a very, very special mention because, well, first let me let everyone know she's acted on the TV series Bones, on Castle, and she does voices for cool video games like The Amazing Spider-Man and Mad Max. But most importantly, she actively works with dog adoption and rescue. So she and Super Smiley also had a very special relationship on set. So thank you, Allie Hillis, for your great example of pet stewardship. And you got to do scenes with her, right, Myko? You actually worked with her in scenes, right?
Yeah. Oh, I had scenes with almost everyone. The only person I didn't have scenes with was Raquel Welsh. And I did get to meet her on set, and she was very friendly. She really liked me. She gave me a great shout-out on the talk the other day, which was very nice of her. She was very sweet to me, and I wish I had been able to act with her, but I got to act with, like I said, Brian Dennehy and Bill Cobbs and Doug Jones and Lee Merriweather, all these amazingly talented people. But, you know, Allie Hillis is enormously talented as well. I mean, working with you and Smiley and Kim Baptiste and Logan and even KK Heim, she was adorable.
KK's the little girl, and she is so cute. I'm going to put pictures. Everybody be sure to go to the Pet Life Radio, A Super Smiley Adventure show page, because we're going to have a little slideshow there. And Myko, we got a really cute picture, remember, with KK, Super Smiley, me and you. And it's one of my favorite shots from, stills from the entire movie. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're mentioning.
Doing well too. I mean, she was in Carol and with Rooney Mara and Kate Blanchett. I think she played Kate Blanchett's daughter. So KK and her sister, and because they're twins and they're both adorable and look a lot alike.
Yeah. Well, big congratulations to KK for Carol. That's done quite well this season, wouldn't you say? Some Academy Award nods and everything. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm so glad you mentioned the cast. Kim Baptiste is just fabulous. And Lee Merriweather was on our show also a few shows ago. She's former Miss America, the original Catwoman from Batman. And you mentioned Brian Dennehy and my character. I get to dance with Brian Dennehy in the movie. So it was a beautiful ensemble film. And you mentioned Raquel Welsh is in the film. And Myko, I want to hear more about the pets in your life, about your doggy, and also about that super cute Hyundai commercial that's running now where we got to get jolly and all that when we come back. Smiley, can you wait? Good boy.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
State Farm, this is Andrea.
Yeah, what if I get into an accident in, say, Accident, Arkansas?
Anywhere in the U.S., State Farm has you covered.
And if I hit the only tree in Lone Pine, California?
We'll send a tow truck right over.
What if I get dinged in Denton?
North Carolina or Texas?
Both.
Then we'll send 2 trucks.
Well played.
State Farm handles more claims than any other company. Over 35,000 per day. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM and get to a better state.
Want to know who the latest trendsetters are in Hollywood? How about Irish setters? Find out who's been spotted with Spot, chowing with their chow, and shopping for Gucci with their Poochie. Get the scoop on all the latest celebrity pet patter right here. Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets. Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Jane Lynch, and I'm on a super smiley adventure. Woof, woof.
And And we're back on A Super Smiley Adventure with Myko Olivier from Glee, Castle, and the upcoming Hallmark film, The Ultimate Legacy. Myko, I love turning on the television and just seeing friends or people I've worked with on commercials. And you mentioned one that you've done with your dog for Beneful, but you have got the cutest, most jolly one running now, the Hyundai commercial. So tell everybody about that commercial so they can spot who you are.
Well, I have a good amount of commercials. I make most of my money probably off of commercials. It's been good to support my acting habit because as much as I love doing TV and film, it's probably the bread and butter is my commercial work. And the Hyundai commercial has been running a lot this holiday season. It's probably done now as the holidays have passed, and it was geared specifically for a holiday sale. But it was a Hyundai commercial where I'm driving around with my wife in the front seat and two of our friends in the back. And we got the, want to celebrate the holiday. It's got a little catchy, like, what do they call it? Earwig song. The song gets stuck in your ear.
Yeah, holiday,
stuck in your head.
And then what's the last part? Gotta get jolly.
Right. It's a very cute, very cute commercial, and it ran a bunch, and it's certainly helping the 2016 get started, for us.
Right.
Financially. It's very nice. I got a couple other commercials out there. I had an Amazon Prime commercial as well with Bridget Mendler, who is on Undateable, and then I also have a Marriott commercial that should be, I think it's only an internet commercial, but it should be running right about now. So I've got a few out there. Just keep your eyes open, and you might see me again without realizing that it's me.
Yeah, we will definitely keep our eyes open, Myko. And you mentioned your wife in the commercial, but I want everyone to know this was not just your television acting wife. You just got married, and this is your real wife, right? Tell us how exciting this is. Tell us.
It was like a very nice wedding gift. We had actually acted in a commercial earlier this year. We were in a Dunkin' Donut commercial that just happened to be airing in November because it was a pumpkin spice latte commercial for Dunkin' Donuts. And right before our wedding, we booked another commercial for Hyundai. And it was a nice surprise. It was like, and here's another job for both of you. So it was great. We got married in Indio, California, over in the Palm Springs area in November. And the marriage life is wonderful.
Aw, I love that. Well, you all it sounds like a perfectly perfect beginning, and like this is a very, very blessed marriage. So congratulations on that, Myko.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And back to the pets. I believe that animals are healers and teachers. And obviously you have a beautiful relationship with your little doggie. How have animals in general influenced your life? Or have they taught you anything? Your pets, your dogs? Have you learned anything from them?
Absolutely. I've had 2 golden retrievers growing up, and now I have a Labradoodle. And I'm definitely a dog person. I like all animals. I'm very much a pet person. But they've certainly shaped my personality. A lot of people, Doug Jones particularly on set, would call me a big puppy. Like I had that in my wedding vows. I was like, I'm not just a child at heart. I'm a puppy dog. So
I love that.
That's kind of my personality. I reflect. There's so much love that it rubs off on me. That's kind of what animals are. And if you have a particularly aggressive animal, it's that they're misunderstood or they've been poorly treated, because I think at heart they just want to be loved. And at least that's my opinion on it. And I think you kind of get what you give because they're more than willing to give and give and give.
I agree with you completely. Yeah. And I love that you said you kind of get what you give. And that is one of those lessons that they teach us for life. I always love looking at my dog and seeing what they're doing and then expanding that into life, like a life experience. And that's perfect. You get what you give. I love that. And you mentioned Doug Jones, and I just want to give a shout out to Doug because I adore him as well. Everyone on the cast. Doug Jones is a mega sci-fi star, right? Everybody.
Yeah, talk about being in tune with your animal side. He has played the gambit of creatures in the imaginary world and the known world. He has played so many aliens and monsters that he is a master of transformation, that man.
He is. And he like you said, he plays all these aliens and monsters, both good ones and scary ones, but he is the sweetest, dearest, kindest, most loving person ever. Talk about a puppy, right? Right, Myko? He just is. Yeah. A wonderful.
Absolutely.
And of course, we want to invite everybody to tune into the Hallmark Movie and Mysteries channel January 31st and February 3rd for The Ultimate Legacy, right, Myko?
Absolutely. Please tune in.
And Myko, where can we follow up and keep up with what you're doing? You're on Twitter, Facebook. How can our fans or your fans, how can we find you? Keep up with you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at This Is Myko, or my at This Is Myko is my handle for both of those. And you can see me. I have another movie that just came out on iTunes and Xfinity and Google Play, and you can rent it on DVD on Netflix. It's called Eternity, the movie. It just came out today on those platforms, and the DVD is available tomorrow. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a fun 80s flick. And, I've got some other, I've got some Disney shows in the pipeline. And so you follow up with me, you can see more of me and follow up with what I'm doing, and I'll try and keep you guys updated.
Absolutely. We will absolutely be following you, Myko. And I want to invite everyone also to follow me and Super Smiley. If you go to our kindness film, is at kindnessfilms.com. You can see our kindness video there, the one that is the music video that's nominated for the Dog Writers Awards Association. And thank you again to the Dog Writers Association for our nominations. And you can also go to supersmileyproject.org, and that will take you to our kindness page. And all of our Twitters and Facebooks are there. That's supersmileyproject.org or kindnessfilms.com. Oh, also, big thank you and big shout out to State Farm, who's our national sponsor. They do so much for dogs across the country. So big thank you to State Farm. And I'm laughing because my horse is walking by the window. I'm here with Super Smiley's helping me co-host. The horse's Starfire is walking by. It's just really fun to be surrounded by all these animals. And thank you to our super producer, Mark Winter, for bringing a Super Smiley Adventure out to the world so we can share all of these animal adventures with everyone. And Myko, thank you so much again for joining us. And I've really enjoyed being here with you again. And I'm so looking forward to seeing the film, The Ultimate Legacy, and also your new film. Do you have any final thoughts you want to leave with our listeners? Yeah. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, just thank you very much for having me on, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie myself. So please all watch it this Sunday, the 31st.
And we want to invite everybody to tune in to Hallmark Movie and Mysteries Channel January 31st and February 3rd for The Ultimate Legacy. And I'm so excited about this movie. And again, I want to send a big thank you, shout out, and congratulations to Myko Olivier and to the amazing actors. Myko, there were just so many.
Yeah, it was a wonderful cast. I mean, everyone from obviously the big stars, Raquel Welsh, Doug Jones, Brian Denny, Bill Cobbs, and Lee Merriweather. But obviously, the whole cast made this a very special movie, from Katie McClellan to Kurt Yeager, who plays Yvette, to Logan Bartholomew, the star who plays Jason Stevens, the story that we're following, to the smaller characters, Sean Ramey and Bo Davidson, Tori Martin, even Victoria Mail, a good friend of mine out here in Los Angeles.
Victoria, right.
Yeah, Victoria helped cast the movie. She was very involved in that. And even the writer, Jim Stovall, he has a part in it. He plays a bartender.
And his script is amazing. Yeah, we love Jim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
there's lots of people to mention. I mean, Mike Seeley was like my driver and saves my butt. Got friends who play in the movie, Corey, Scott, Allen. They're all great people, and they really help this movie be what it is.
Right, and Bo Davidson does that amazing song, Blessed, and he was on our last show, the show right before this one with Myko's, and he's doing so much work for Big Cat. So thank you to Bo Davidson for all of his contribution, Allie Hillis, Kiki Heim for her part, just Kim Baptiste. I love working with her. So thank you to everybody. Congratulations. And Myko, again, thank you for joining us on A Super Smiley Adventure.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
Good. And from all of us here at Pet Life Radio on A Super Smiley Adventure, we hope you love all your adventures with your pets. And until next time, woof and super smiles.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.